Hello, my name is Sergey Botchkarev. I'm responsible for sales at the company SoftBCom Berlin GmbH, and I will guide you today through our webinar. Thank you for participating our webinar. So let's start directly. Our topic today is Noda Contact Center all-in-one solution, Omnichannel solution. And I will explain you how you can add advantages at your customer care using one platform for all the channels you are using in the customer service, how you can save time through saving time exactly the same in money, and how you can improve your quality. So our soft phone, Noda CC call center solution, has the possibility to integrate all kinds of channels. So typical channels like telephony, emails, web chats, then moreover maybe WhatsApp, video integration, and so on. So if you're doing customer care in all kinds of channels, you can integrate everything in one system and use it completely. The huge advantage in using one system about more channels is that you save a lot of time, and you can always have a reporting which counts all the channels, not just one. We know it from our experience that a lot of companies are using a lot of different systems, and it's sometimes a little bit really hard for people or for agents using more than 2 or 3 or 4 systems for all kinds of channels. So you can do it with our one system. Before I start with the presentation, I will tell you a small story about a fisherman who is going out to the ocean every day and is fishing some fish with his net. So he's throwing his net in the ocean, and he puts always the net out and puts some fish out, put it in one bucket, and he's doing it all the time. And one day, one man is passing by, and he looks at what the fisherman is doing, and he sees that there are a lot of holes in the net, and the net is really not new, it's a little bit broken, there are a lot of holes, and he sees all the time when the fisherman is putting his net to himself, how the fish are going through the holes, and he just have always a few fishes instead of having a lot of more. And the man asked the fisherman, why do you not repair your net, or why don't you buy a new net? Then you can pick more fishes outside and don't waste a lot of time doing your work. And the only answer of the fisherman is, I don't have the time, I have to fish. So why I'm telling you this story, we see a lot of times in some companies that they don't have really good procedures in doing the customer care. They know that it could be improved somehow, but nobody has or wants to put some time in. So it's like they have the daily business, and it's not a lot of time to integrate something new. But the thing is that if you take some time to integrate something which optimizes your processes, you will get a lot of more advantages, money, time save, and quality improvement, instead of working day by day with a not really good solution. So now I will show you how could be a solution for your customer care. Therefore, I put my video off. So now you're seeing here our Noda soft phone, the call center solution. So this is our enterprise call center solution. We have in the call center software, all kind of features of professional call centers like skill-based routing, quality management, reporting, behind this VIP routing, ACD. So all kind of features that is used or necessary for call centers is behind this software. And now I will show you how the software works. So if your agent logs in the morning, he see here on the right side his status, so he can be away for preparation, and then he can set up himself to ready. It can be done automatically too, so when he starts the PC, the system sets him automatically to ready, and he's ready for all kind of incoming emails, telephone calls, chats, and so on. So you have here in the main screen our campaigns, so the agent sees to which campaigns he belongs to. Just a small example, if you have some agents which are not really good at telephony, but they are really good in replying emails, chats, and so on, so they can be set it up in the skill-based routing mostly for emails, chats. But if there is a pick in your, there's a big telephony volume in your telephone campaigns, you can integrate the agents who are normally responsible just for emails and chats to the telephony too. And otherwise the same too. On the left side, you see our soft phone. Here you can manage your incoming calls. And now I will demonstrate what will happen if some of your customers is calling you. So you see here an incoming call. And on the left side, how I told you, all the typical soft phone implementations, like transferring the call to another employee, colleague, and so on. Then we have a special button. SOS means in our case, if the agent is not able to solve one problem, he can always add to the call a more experienced colleague, or for example a supervisor. And if he worked already on the script and put some things in the script will be transferred with all the information to the next colleague. It has a huge advantage that the customer doesn't have to explain something once again. So on the right side, you see already the customer data. So the system recognizes that Sergei Bochkarev is calling because the system knows my telephone number. It could be my email too. It takes my data from the system himself, because we have an Postgres database and can implement some data. And the other possibility is to have an interface with an CRM tool. So it could be connected to another CRM or ERP system. And if somebody is calling, the system checks does the CRM system knows the telephone number, and it takes the data and shows it to the agent desktop. So here on the left side, you can have the reasons why somebody is calling, and depending on which reason the agent will click, we will have always another template for solving an issue. Here on the button, you have a contact history. This is really important for a lot of our customers. So the agent can see always about more than one channel what happened to this customer. So maybe the customer is calling you because he wrote you an email at 10:40, and now you can go to the system and see what was wrote in the email and what was the problem of the customer. The same can be done about more than emails. There are a lot of channels, like you have here telephony, SMS, or chats. Everything is one contact history of a customer. So now we have here different possibilities what the customer will have from you. So we have here, just for easy showing, 2 examples. So the customer is calling you because he wants to set up an appointment. So the agent clicked on appointment, and we are getting to the next mask. We put here just 3 possibilities, for example, for choosing an appointment, but we can integrate here complete calendar integrations like Google Calendar or other calendars. So the agent can check who is responsible for that topic, when he is available for an appointment, and he can set up an appointment. He can check the topic of this appointment. For example, it's about insurance. You see here small red stars. That means in our case that we have here a template which is really important to implement your data. So the agent can't go forward in this system without putting here some data. So you can always put some important data that the agent has to put in, and some data maybe which are voluntaries, and he can put some information inside. So we go here to the next script. And now we have automation in the script. So belonging on that what the agent clicked before, there will be a new email which has all the data that was chosen by the agent. For example, in this case, we are sending right now an email to the customer, and all the text which is necessary is already in the email. So the thing that the agent has to do right now is just to click send on the email. So we have here the name of the customer, we have an appointment on the 10th of July, and we, for example, we put some information like take your ID card with you if you come to our appointment. If the agent has the necessary to put some data in or some information, he can write something in. But the main thing is that we want to have directly automated scripts, and the only thing that the agent has to do is just to click on send. This saves a lot of time and money. Moreover, we have here an SMS integration. So the same thing that you send it by email can be sent by SMS, for example, or chat, or WhatsApp, or Facebook Messenger. So if you say we need more than one channel sending information, you can put it in the script. So if I put here on close the case, I will be ready for the next campaigns, but I will go back and show you another case, what can happen if the customer has a completely other issue. So in this case, it's an insurance company, and the customer is calling you because he has a damage at his home, and he wants the insurance company to solve that problem. So he's calling you and give you some information for the damage. So the agent selects the damage script, and now you see there's a completely different template which is opening. So you can implement a few sentences for the agent with information what he has to do or to write down right now. If it is a little bit complicated, you can have some links, for example, for external documents, for taking some information for solving this problem. Or you can have some questionnaires in this case, like you're searching for one word, and then you get some documents which explain you what you have to do right now in this case. So you can put some information about the damage, you can evaluate the damage a little bit, and you can go further if you see that the customer is calling you from his smartphone. You can ask him if it's okay for him to see the damage by video. It saves a lot of time. So you can promise the customer it will have an advantage for you. I will take the photos and the video of the damage right now, so you don't have to send us an email later. or putting some photos, and it will be all faster in the workflow of the next steps in this damage case. So I click here, start video. I copy some link. I put it here in SMS and send the SMS to the smartphone. It can be done by email or by chat too. So now I received the SMS on my smartphone. I click on the link. And now I am connected in my home office to the video. So now I can show the agent what is wrong at my home. So for example, I have here an issue with my window and it doesn't open. So you see outside my cat too. The cat is drinking some water and looking a little bit strange and weird. And now it continues to drink. So, and now I can explain something about the window. For example, it doesn't open, something is wrong here, it is really hot and I can't open my windows. So the agent can take here some pictures, a video, or for example, you see what is the name of the window. So if the handyman or another company has to go to the customer to change the window or to repair the window, it can take different parts with themselves. So when I'm ready in this case, the agent can tell the customer that they are ready now with video, but they are still on the phone. So we have here two parts. The telephone call is separated from the video. It makes sense because we want to give the agent always the possibility to switch video on if it's necessary, but it might be in not every case. So in this case, we can right now send an email, for example, to the customer and tell them, thank you for your cooperation. Now we're sending you a document. Please sign the document and send it to us back so we can continue working on your case. And if I go here to the next step, I can send, for example, internal email to my colleagues to continue with the work on this case. Now I click on ready and I'm out of this procedure. So now I'm ready for the next steps or the next incoming phone calls or the next incoming emails. And I will show you right now what will happen if we receive an incoming contact from another side. So now you see I received an email. You see it's always the same case. So I sent an email to the customer and he had the issue with his window, with his damaged window. So I sent it to him something and now he's writing me back, for example, with an attached document which is signed. And now I can do the same work. Now I'm not on the telephone call, I'm now in the email, in answering some email campaigns. So you see here on the soft phone, you have different kind of channels in one software. If you receive an email, you have here a sign for emails. If you receive calls, you have a call sign. If you receive chats, you have your chat signs. So everything is happening in our software. And now I can do some preparation for continuing the work with the emails. For example, we have here automated templates too, so I can go on answer. You see here in prepared email, which has the text which we will send to the customer. It should be in text which is prepared, and the agent doesn't have to put here some information in. He just clicks something, input some button, click some button, and then we have all the information in the email. You have here the email history, so we see all the time what is the email about, what was sent to the customer, what he did send us back. And you see here on the right side, once again, the contact history, and can always go to the different channels and see what happened before. And now you click here just on send. You can do the same with SMS chats. Go here on further problem solving. Now you can tell what was the problem, what was the solution, and was it solved? Was the customer glad about solving the problem, or does he have still an issue? So you can put here some information and send it, for example, for internal things, or to have it for later reports to check how good are the problems solved in our company. So I click on ready, and now I'm completely ready. So I hope you get all the information or a first overview about the system. And now you can put your questions, and we can discuss about your questions. Thank you for participating our webinar. And if you like, you can get in contact with me directly by phone or by email, and we can speak and do a presentation especially for your company